You already out gonna react to the rapper who survived a gunshot to the head, and that rapper is Honeycomb Brazy. So yeah.
The loss of Stank had much bigger implications than Honeycomb ever imagined. For him, he wanted to chalk it up to the streets and just leave it as an unfortunate situation. He saw Stank as a brother and truly wishes it never went down like this. But to Stank's friends and family, what Honeycomb did was completely unforgivable. Firstly, linking with his girl behind his back and then resorting to claiming his life. So while Honeycomb was in jail fighting his case, Stank's family was plotting for revenge if he ever got out. In fact, they were making everyone on the streets take a
female be the reason why like niggas be bugging out sometimes, bro. I'm not gonna lie, female be the reason why niggas be bugging out, bro. Cause female be playing these stupid games for no reason, bro. Like that ass.
You're either rocking with us or you're rocking with him, but there's no in between. So when Honeycomb was released from jail, he quickly realized who was on his side and who wasn't. And what he started to realize is that a lot of people who used to be close to him were no longer on his side. Now what if I told you that it wasn't for moral reasons, like they didn't leave his side because of what he did to Stank, and instead they chose the other side for a completely different reason? It's because Stank's family is no ordinary family. In particular, Stank had an uncle by the name of Darren Southall, also known as DD, and this guy is easily the most feared man in Mobile history, so actually we'll have to dive into his story. Sorry, we'll get back to that beat in a second. Darren grew up in Happy Hills and was always known as a serious hustler in the streets, and in the 1990s he was able to turn his hustling ways into a major organization. It was known locally as Darren Southall Distribution, but it was pretty much the BMF of the South. And no, I'm not exaggerating, because it's
Black Mafia family.
Estimated that he was sitting on $24 million cash. With this kind of money, he could pretty much call any shot he wants to in the whole southern United States. And because of this, he was extremely feared in Mobile, even to the point where he was allowed to snitch. No, seriously, listen to this. DD successfully operated under the radar until 2001 when the state government began investigating him. He had numerous mansions and supercars throughout the state, but his tax returns didn't show much income. None of it was adding up, so they decided to look into his operations, and here is what they found. They discovered his distribution and the music label he was using to launder his money. So as a result, in 2003 his entire operation was taken down and he was looking at 30+ years in prison. Everyone in Mobile thought the street legend was cooked, but DD had other plans on his mind. He decided to tell on 2 of his co-defendants and give up the music label that was laundering his money. In return, his sentence was reduced to a couple years and he was back in Mobile in no time. He's still known as one of the biggest rats in history, but for whatever reason, Mobile just didn't care. He actually went right back to the hood and rebuilt his distribution from the ground up. You might be thinking, how is this possible? But I'm trying to tell you that in the South, nobody cares that you snitched if you have money or you're feared. So after some years of
like, that's crazy, bro. They didn't care that he snitched and stuff like that. They just want his money.
Rebuilding his
they just know that this dude making money.
Distribution, DD became the king of Mobile once again. According to some, a rat was running the city. I'm not exaggerating when I say that DD was like royalty in Happy Hills, as nobody would dare to go against him or ever touch him. For example, look at this picture of him and Honeycomb back in the day. They used to be locked in, but after he claimed the life of his nephew Stank, DD wanted all the smoke. He didn't want to hear any excuses and he was not willing to negotiate. And because he had all of the money and power, most of Mobile decided to take his side. Oh, and not to mention that there was allegedly a 7-figure bounty on Honeycomb's head. This obviously put Honeycomb at a major disadvantage, especially because he never knew who was willing to cross him. Like if any of Honeycomb's friends wanted to collect DD's bag, it was pretty much over for him. So in order to protect himself, he was forced to draw serious lines in the sand. You're either rocking with me or going over there, but I cannot have snakes in my circle. Because of this, he now had to be very careful who he was hanging with and where he was going. And to keep things organized, all of his homies took the name RN4L, and I'm sure you can figure out what that means. Anyone claiming RN4L was willing to protect and die for Honeycomb, even though they were up against Thanos. So DD Southall versus Honeycomb Brazy was the new major beef in Mobile. Things were about to get crazy, and it was all dependent on Honeycomb coming home. Well, it's November of 2017, and Honeycomb officially beats his case and returns to Mobile. He knows he's up against a powerful boss, but he's way too prideful to leave his city. So he goes back to Mobile to pursue his rap career.
Nah, that was a mistake, bro. He should have left his city, bro. Like, knowing you could be possibly in danger, bro, you should have left the city, bro. You should have went to, I don't know, moved to Atlanta or something like that. If you got the money to, like.
Quickly, things.
But who knows, though? But at the end of the day, who knows, though? Maybe, like, he didn't have it like that back then.
Would get spicy. Just days after being released, Honeycomb is shot 8 times, including once in the head. His friends rush him to the hospital, and the doctors don't believe he'll make it. But after a successful surgery, he's placed into a coma where he stays for 9 days. During this period, the doctors tell his family that he will wake up, but he'll never walk again. But miraculously, after waking up from a coma, his legs work just fine. Like I told you guys, Honeycomb is the type of dude who can survive any battle.
And I ended up getting that first week and get hit up. So, you know, I was in a coma and shit, but I had shook that shit though.
However, after this incident is when he woke up and realized that his ops are not playing. In fact, this is when he receives word that there's over $1 million on his head. To all of us at home, this would terrify us, but Honeycomb talks about it like it's nothing.
Man, so when you speak on having money on your head, can you speak on, like, what goes through your mind? Do you lose sleep over that?
Hell no, I wasn't dream. Wow, Martin Luther King, I wasn't dream.
Not only is he not worried about his ops, he also decides to troll them online.
I don't really like that, man. I'm Big Stepper, bro. On soul, I'm Big Stepper, man. On gang, they know that. That's why they trying to kill me. Because they know what's going on with me. That's why they trying to kill me, man. On blood, they know, but Bray's a real stepper. We got to get him before he get us. He killed our brother already. He beat the murder charge. You need to get walked down. That's just what it is, man.
Obviously, Honeycomb was ducking no smoke, but as his career progressed, it only made sense to elevate. And thankfully, his first opportunity to leave would come quickly. After a couple of his songs went viral, Honeycomb was hit up by a major boss in Atlanta. This would be a man known as Rollo Famgoon.
Rollo Famgoon, you feel me? Nah, I ain't gonna lie, Rollo Famgoon. The first song I heard of Rollo Famgoon was the song where he did it with Future. I don't know if you know about this song, but like, yeah, I know about this song, but like, can't lie. Go listen to that song. That song is fire though. But Rollo be having a raspy voice though. Rollo raps with a raspy voice and all that.
One of the biggest hustlers in history. Rollo saw potential in his rap career and wanted to get him off to Atlanta. So immediately, Brazy hopped on I-65 to head for the big city. There, he spent his days and nights in a professional studio recording banger after banger. In the process, he started to get tens of millions of views and noticed by a nationwide audience. But more importantly, he was out of Alabama and he was rolling with a boss even bigger than DD. This was honestly a match made in heaven, and Brazy was on his way up. But then out of nowhere, everything would come crashing down.
Tonight, a major raid on a Southwest Atlanta home, and we now know that house belongs to an Atlanta rapper named Rollo.
Rollo's team tells me he's being targeted and is sitting in jail wrongfully accused. But a federal criminal complaint lays out how investigators allegedly connected Rollo to the operation. Before we dig any deeper into this, let's tell you who 23-year-old Terrell Davis, aka Rollo, is, if you're not familiar with Atlanta's hip-hop scene. The artist has a huge social media presence and following, with more than 200,000 monthly listeners on Spotify and song collaborations with T.I., 2 Chainz, Future, Gucci Mane, and so many others. And now, criminal complaint alleges the rapper, who's called this apartment complex in Atlanta home, a complex just raided yesterday, is the leader of a gang referred to as Famerica, a name Rollo regularly uses to refer to his music team. But according to the complaint, the investigation dates back to December, when investigators stopped 3 vans leaving Fulton County Airport. Inside one, they allegedly found 520 pounds of worth about $1 million on the street. Rollo wasn't inside the van. Arrested were allegedly connected to him, according to investigators.
Now I know what you're thinking. Is this how Honeycomb went out? No, thankfully he was not included in the investigation or the indictment. However, Rollo's takedown was still bad news for Honeycomb. Now that hanging in Atlanta was too hot, he needed to go somewhere else. Sadly, he would go right back to the Honeycomb, no pun intended, right back
back to Alabama.
to the city where his ops want to hurt him and police hate him too. So as you would expect,
Damn, the boys hate him too? That's crazy, bro. Like,
his return to Mobile would not go so well. Sadly, right after returning to Mobile, he caught a serious gun charge, a good old felon in possession of a weapon, which in the feds holds an average of a 3-year sentence. However, this was a state case and the judge decided to give him 15 years in prison. Yes, you heard that correctly, 15 years in prison for Honeycomb Brazy. Right as his career was progressing, it was looking like it was pretty much over. For whatever reason, the Alabama judge wanted to completely wash him away. So sadly, Honeycomb was off to prison for a long time. I cannot imagine how down and depressed he was after receiving the news. Oh, and it even gets worse. Honeycomb was placed in a prison cell with his own father.
Y'all shared the same cell?
Yeah, we slept in the same cell, Magic Count at West Jerry.
How does that work? Like, did y'all make it like that, or did it just...
No, they just put me in the cell with them. So when I got out of the lockup, they put me right in the cell with my daddy. So I went in there with them, you know, we banging.
Yo, this is insane. So I can only imagine the conversations y'all just having in there, just talking.
Yeah, we would have real conversations. Like, I got money on my head.
Imagine sitting in a cell with your dad and telling him that there's money on your head.
You can't let them do me like that while I'm doing life. So I was like, hell yeah, man, you know, I got your pop with the whoop.
And to make matters worse, Honeycomb would lose yet another friend while sitting in a...
so yeah, bro, that's the vid, bro. So yeah, let me know what y'all think about Honeycomb Brazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I never listened to a Honeycomb Brazy song. I never listened to a Honeycomb song, bro. You feel me? How's he doing now, bro? Like, cause you know, I don't check on him. You feel me? I don't, you know, I'm not like update me, like, you know, like if y'all fans of him, update like of him, bro. Like update me, like to like about him, bro. How's he doing? You feel me? Cause I'm not, you know, I don't follow him on social media. You feel me? I don't check on him. So yeah. I don't check over him like that. So yeah, bro, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know the vibes. Real chicken how you are.